What's going on, everybody? This is Julian and I'm back here with another video, and in today's video we are looking into the Master League now. Haven't done a lot of Master League battles as of late, but as I was going through the most recent move updates, I noticed that Rhyperior, as you see here on the screen, has recently gotten the Breaking Swipe move. So just wanted to test this out. This isn't my team specifically per se, but I will give credit where credit is due, and I believe Togekiss, another content creator, created this team. Well, they didn't create it, but he suggested this team. Basically, it consists of Rhyperior in the lead. My variant is running Mud Slap, Breaking Swipe, and the legacy move of Rock Wrecker. However, if you also wanted to run Smackdown, you could also do so with Rock Wrecker and Superpower, or Breaking Swipe and Superpower rather. But I choose to run the Mud Slap variant. I think it has much better overall coverage. Smackdown is okay. I know there are some matchups which will be flipped depending on what fast move you choose. So, I'm also going to be running Quick Attack Zacian as the safe swap with Wild Charge and Close Combat. I do feel like this moveset gives Zacian the best overall coverage, with the exception of Giratina, of course. Play Rough, maybe it's situational, but it can definitely help out in a few situations. But for my purposes here, I'm going to be running the Quick Attack plus the Wild Charge and Close Combat moveset. And it will lose against, it will actually do better against other Zacians in the safe swap, but I didn't encounter any in this set. And then there's the double fairy, so there's Togekiss in the back. So that is the team. And as you can see here, it was a very dominant first game, and the Togekiss came into that Garchomp, nowhere to go. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into the commentary. And wow, there's some spice here. We have an Ursaring in the lead. So that's very interesting. And I'm going to go ahead and go for a Breaking Stripes straight away against this Ursaring, see what moveset it has. I'm pretty sure that the Ursaring will have Close Combat. So I do get a shield with the Breaking Stripes, which is good. So I'm going to go ahead and pivot into Zacian to catch the move. And the Ursaring does end up throwing a Close Combat here, which is good for me. And now I'm going to see what they pivot into. And I'm glad that they switched because they pivoted into a Groudon. So the Zacian can do okay here. I can definitely tank a move as long as it's not Precipice Blade. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a Close Combat here against this Groudon. And it does do some nice damage. And I do trigger the CMP on the second one, unfortunately. But it's fine. I'm going to go ahead and let this move go. Luckily for me, it's only a Fire Punch. So I'm going to go ahead and trigger the next Close Combat here. So this will either be doing some good damage here to the Groudon or getting a shield. So they do end up shielding that second Close Combat, which is fine. Zacian will get farmed down here, but that's okay. Now I can come in with Togekiss pretty safely. I can tank a couple of these Fire Punches, no problem. So the Groudon is going to continue to throw Fire Punches here. And I will eventually shield one of these though. So the Groudon did have quite a bit of energy coming out of that matchup with Zacian. So that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and tank the next Fire Punch here. And they are unfortunately going to reach one more Fire Punch against my Togekiss. So I will shield this one. So I'm going to commit the shield here on this next Fire Punch and see what my opponent wants to do. They do come back into Ursaring here, which is fine. And I'm going to go ahead and let this move go. I'm going to trust in Rhyperior to close this game. So the Ursaring does go for the Play Rough here, and that will knock out my Togekiss. So what I'm going to do here when I come back in with Rhyperior is commit to the one shield farm down. And I will do that because I know that the Close Combat will be a very hard-hitting move, especially from the Ursaring. So I'm going to go ahead and commit the shield here against the Ursaring. And they are going to come in with a Rayquaza, which is what I needed to see. So this is perfect for me. I throw in good timing here just to pause and wait to see if the Rayquaza wants to switch to try to catch the move onto their Ursaring. But luckily, the Rock Wrecker will do enough damage here, and the Groudon is very low. So a couple more Mud Slaps will be taking out the Groudon. So that's a good game, very well played to my opponent. Hopping into the next battle, we have Rhyperior against a Groudon. So this isn't the best lead. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to swap immediately into my Zacian, and I'm going to bait out whatever they have in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and let this move go. Any one move Zacian can do well against here. And they do go straight for the Precipice Blades, which is fine. And they do come in with Metagross, so that's actually not that good. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for the close combat. I'm going to go ahead and chip the Metagross a little bit. So now I can come in with Rhyperior. I can probably just do a one-shield farm down. But the thing is, with this team, Metagross actually is a very big core breaker against this team. So it'll be tough to play around. But luckily, I was able to do some good damage here against the Metagross with my Zacian earlier. So all I need to do now is just farm this Metagross all the way down, and I'll have enough energy to threaten whatever comes out in the back. So they do come back in with a Groudon, which is expected. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Breaking Swipe here against the Groudon. And the Groudon actually shields, which was surprising to me. I'm going to go ahead and go for another Breaking Swipes right here. And this is going to chip the Groudon a little bit. Or in this case, the Groudon actually decides to commit a shield, which was a misplay, I believe, on their end. And at this point, what I'm going to do is I am going to let this move go and trust in the Togekiss to finish off this game. So Precipice Blade will take out my Rhyperior, and I'm going to now come in with my Togekiss here and see what they have in the back. And they have a Rayquaza. So once again, Togekiss and Rhyperior are core-breaking teams, like you wouldn't believe. So this is fine. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Ancient Power here right away. The Rayquaza was almost going to reach their move, but luckily the Togekiss was able to reach the Ancient Power first. So at this point, it's pretty straightforward. The Groudon can throw as many moves as they want. I can shield one of them eventually. They go straight for the Precipice Blades, but at this point they realize that the game is over, and they actually just forced out of their app. It looks like they closed it. So just going to go ahead and finish this thing off here. I did a misplay here. I thought that they were I thought they were fainting at this point, so I just mistakenly threw the Ancient Power here. So my apologies to this trainer who forced closed knowing that their game was over. And the Ancient Power will come through, take out the Groudon, and I get an unnecessary boost for the road. But in any case, that's going to be a great game, very well played to my opponent. Hopping into the next battle here, we have Rhyperior against a Mewtwo. So this is a very tricky lead to deal with. Just because Mewtwo can do very well against my entire team. So I'm going to go ahead and stay in this match to start. I'm going to go ahead and tank this first move. Strike will do quite a bit of damage here. I'm going to go straight for, going to build up a little bit more, throw a couple more Mud Slaps, and then start throwing a Breaking Swipe right here. So this will be doing some nice chip damage against the Mewtwo, or grabbing a shield, which in this case it will do. So I try to catch a next Side Strike up against the... I try to catch the Side Strike onto my Zacian, but I'm unsuccessful to do so. Just going to go ahead and now throw a Breaking Swipe straight away here against this Mewtwo. At this point, they are going to be double debuffed. And then after that, I decided to swap right away into my Zacian. So now I'm going to pivot into my Zacian and see what they have in the back. So at this point, I know I can take a Side Strike. It's double debuff, but it'll still do a pretty solid chunk of damage here to my Zacian. But they actually go for a Shadow Ball, so it still does quite a bit of damage here. And I am now going to overfarm here a little bit, and they do come in with a Togekiss. So this is great. This is why I have Wild Charge here against Pokemon like Togekiss and Kyogre and maybe Gyarados. So I'm going to throw a Wild Charge here, getting the Togekiss very low, and I'm going to go straight for the next Wild Charge right here against the Togekiss. So I'm either going to grab a shield, or the Togekiss is going to go down and I can flip switch. So I flip switch, and they come in with Gyarados. Surprise, surprise. What I'm going to do now is go for a Wild Charge, and this is definitely going to be grabbing the last shield here from the Gyarados. So the Gyarados, of course, will shield the Wild Charge, and this is perfect. So, and the opponent actually makes a misplay here. They accidentally throw a move They could have farmed me down, but that's okay. Aqua Tail will take out my Zacian, and now I can safely come in with my Togekiss here, since this is a Dragon Breath Gyarados after all. And this is going to be pretty straightforward from here on out. So I can no-shield this move. Aqua Tail will do a little bit of damage here against the Togekiss. Not too much. So this is fine. I do have to be careful of a potential catch from the Mewtwo though, so I am very careful here, just to watch for a catch when I throw my Ancient Power. So this Ancient Power will come through and now take out the Gyarados, and I'm going to swap back into Rhyperior to force the Mewtwo to throw their energy, since I knew they had some residual energy from leftover. And yep, that is fine. The Side Strike will take out my Rhyperior, and all I need to do is just have one Charm go through, and that is going to take out the Mewtwo. Good game, well played to my opponent there. Hopping into the next battle, we have Rhyperior up against a Dragonite. So this could tell me that this could possibly be a double Steel team, which I've seen a lot of. Of course, it's still a very strong team, and very, very popular in the Master League meta. So what I'm going to do here, I don't have Smackdown on this Rhyperior, as I mentioned before. I am running the Mud Slap variant, so I'm going to go ahead and throw a Breaking Swipe and then pivot into my Zacian. So they do come in with Excadrill, and they are actually running Mud Slap, which is a little surprising to me. So I'm going to go ahead and let this move go. I can tank the Drill Run here, no problem, because I haven't debuffed myself just yet. I'm going to throw a little bit more, a couple more quick attacks here. Maybe just should have thrown one. But now I'm going to be able to reach the back-to-back close combats here, either taking out the Excadrill or grabbing both shields. So the opponent is going to actually shield this next close combat. So they are now down on they're now down shields, but they can probably grab those shields right back here against my Rhyperior. So I'm going to bring my Rhyperior back in, and then see what the opponent wants to do here. So I am going to continue to farm. I will shield up this move, I think, from the Excadrill, because Mud Slap generates energy a little bit slower than Mud Shot, and they do pivot back into the Dragonite, so I do have to shield the potential superpower here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bank a move on the Rhyperior, and then I'm going to now swap into Togekiss to catch the next move. So anything that the Dragonite throws will be resisted, of course. Just a Dragon Claw does absolutely nothing. So I can just charm down this Dragonite, and the opponent here decides to bring in their Excadrill, and they thought they were going to get to a move, but they are unfortunately not able to get to the move. And their final Pokemon here is Togekiss. So this is basically a good game. And I am just going to be able to throw an Ancient Power right here. This is going to do some nice damage against their Togekiss. And at this point, we are actually both very, very close in the health range department. And I do think that their Togekiss does outpace, and they are going to be throwing the move right here, which is okay. This is fine, and this is going to take out my Togekiss. But from earlier, I did have the Rock Wrecker banked, so this is going to be taking out their Togekiss here, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent. So this is a very fun team to run in the Master League Premier, or Master League in general, rather. Rhyperior breaks a lot of cores, especially Dialga and the Steel types. Although the Steel types can now actually fight back with like Iron Head or Melmetal with like Superpower or Double Iron Bash, things like that. But Rhyperior still has a lot of great play. Just needs to watch out against the fighters and the water types. And that is going to be the team here. Let me know what you guys think about this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please feel free to give this video a like and subscribe. And also feel free to hit that notification bell so you will stay up to date with whenever I post my videos next. But anyway, that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.